Before history called him a legend, they called him unfinished. A boy with one eye, a clan leader no one trusted, a future everyone underestimated. And yet, this is the part of the story where the weak version of him dies. Masamune lost his eye to sickness as a child. The pain was unbearable. The humiliation was worse. Other children whispered. Warriors stared. Some even laughed. In a world built on strength, he looked broken. But Masamune learned something early. Pity is more dangerous than hatred. So he trained harder than anyone. Sword until his hands bled. Horse riding until his legs collapsed. Strategy until his mind refused sleep. He did not chase approval. He chased control. Power doesn't always attack from outside. Sometimes it sleeps beside you. Masamune's own family feared him. His ambition, his intelligence, his refusal to bow. His mother believed he would destroy the clan. So she chose another son. And in the darkness of politics and fear, a plan formed. Masamune survived the betrayal, but the cost was irreversible. From that day forward, he learned the second law of warriors. Never expect loyalty from blood. Only respect earned through strength. This is when the dragon was born. Masamune designed his armor differently. Jet black, sharp edges, a crescent moon helmet. Not to look beautiful, but to be unforgettable. Enemies would see him once, and never forget the fear. He understood something modern minds forget. Image is a weapon. Presence is pressure. He didn't shout. He didn't boast. He walked in silence and let the room adjust to him. While other lords celebrated, Masamune isolated. He studied maps when others drank. He learned foreign weapons when others clung to tradition. He watched the future while others protected the past. They called him reckless, dangerous, unpredictable. He accepted all of it because warriors don't need consensus. They need clarity. When war came, it didn't come gently. Rival clans closed in, numbers against him, politics against him. Everyone expected the one-eyed dragon to fall. Instead, he advanced. Fast strikes, unusual formations, no hesitation. He attacked where no one expected, moved before permission existed, won before excuses were formed. Victory followed him, not because of luck, but because he decided before others debated. Masamune lived by a rule history barely explains. If the world does not make space for you, you carve it. He didn't wait to be ready. He didn't wait to be chosen. He moved while fear was still thinking. That is why men followed him. That is why enemies feared him. That is why history remembers him. Masamune did not speak often, but when he did, decisions were already made. He believed leadership was not volume. It was certainty, not emotion, execution. And slowly, the boy with one eye became something else entirely. A force. They once saw a weakness. He turned it into a symbol. They once doubted his future. He built it anyway. Because the warrior who survives isolation never fears standing alone. Every warrior eventually faces a moment where strength is no longer enough. Where the question is no longer, can you win? But, will you submit or be erased? For Masamune, that moment came when Japan itself changed. A new force rose over the land. Bigger armies, greater alliances. One ruler standing above all. Toyotomi Hideyoshi, the unifier of Japan. Clans fell one by one. Lords bowed. Warriors surrendered their pride for survival. Masamune watched in silence. He knew the truth no one said aloud. This was not a war of swords anymore. This was a war of obedience, and rebellion meant annihilation. Masamune was summoned. To refuse was death. To arrive late was execution. So he did something that shocked everyone. He arrived on time, but dressed for war. Black armor, crescent moon helmet, sword ready, a silent message. I am here, but I am not broken. Every man held his breath. This was suicide, or genius. Masamune stood before Hideyoshi, one-eyed, unbowed, unapologetic. Hideyoshi stared at him longer than anyone else. This was not a man asking for mercy. This was a dragon deciding whether to sleep or burn the world. Then Hideyoshi laughed, not in mockery, but in recognition. He saw what others missed. Masamune wasn't weak. He was contained. Masamune knelt, not because he was afraid, but because he understood something deeper. Battles can be won with swords. Empires are won with patience. He chose survival without surrendering identity, submission without loss of vision. That day, he lived, and living was the victory. While others chased power loudly, Masamune built quietly. He strengthened his domain, developed trade, welcomed foreign knowledge, guns, ships, new ideas. He didn't cling to the past. He prepared for a future no samurai had seen. They called him unconventional, dangerous, different. He accepted every word, because history does not belong to those who protect tradition, but to those who adapt without fear. Masamune aged, battles slowed, swords rested, but his presence never faded. He became something rarer than a conqueror, a symbol. The one-eyed boy who was supposed to fail, the warrior who chose strategy over pride, the dragon who bent but never broke. He did not die on a battlefield. He outlived his enemies. Here is what history teaches quietly. Some warriors win wars. Some warriors win crowns. But the greatest warriors win time. Masamune understood that survival itself can be the most dominant act. When Date Masamune died, Japan did not remember his eye. They remembered his mind. They remembered his presence. They remembered the dragon who refused to disappear. Because true power is not how loudly you fight, but how long your name survives. And that is why even now, when warriors speak of resilience, strategy, and silent dominance, the one-eyed dragon still watches. If this story moved you, subscribe, because this channel isn't about motivation. It's about becoming unbreakable.